safety issue.
Fellas, you have to understand that everyone has to follow the same rules.
That's some weak-ass bullshit, you bitch-ass motherfucking busters.
Tell him that, boy.
What did you say? I believe he said that is some weak-ass bullshit. Was that it, G-Baby?
Yeah, that's it.
What's happening, guys? Supernova here, back with another video. And it didn't even take 24 hours. It did not even take 24 hours before the Xbox apologists and the Xbox fanboys came out in full force to damage control and make excuses for the failure of Xbox's July event. Most of the excuses have to do with the Halo Infinite gameplay demo, and then there are some that have to do with the event as a whole. Now in this video, I want to address some of these excuses. Let's start with Halo Infinite. Well, after the event, Microsoft actually came out and made a statement to let us know that the game was a quote-unquote work-in-progress build and that it was being played on a similarly spec'd PC and not the actual Series X hardware. In an interview with Inside Gaming, Xbox marketing GM Aaron Greenberg said, "Listen, we're in the middle of a global pandemic. It's July, we're far from holiday, you're seeing a work-in-progress game." This comment was made in response to the criticism of the graphics of the Halo Infinite gameplay demo. Well, first of all, I have to say this. We're all affected by this global pandemic, not just Microsoft. And PlayStation was able to put together an event where their games did not look like shit. Insomniac also put together a gameplay demo. We got a full gameplay demo of Ratchet and Clank, and nowhere in the demo did it look like shit. So I don't want to hear this global pandemic bullshit, because that's all it is. It's a bullshit excuse. And you know what? It's even worse coming from Aaron Greenberg, because that motherfucker was hyping up this event and hyping up Halo Infinite. And you know what? If you knew that this was an older work-in-progress build running on PC and not the Series X hardware, why didn't you tell us beforehand? Why did you wait till after the event, till after the backlash to say something? And had there not been backlash, were you just going to let us keep assuming that that was a current build running on the Xbox Series X? Because that's kind of what you were doing. You were just letting us assume it was a current build running on your Xbox Series X hardware. You were just going to let us think that, which is pretty fucked up when you think about it. Fucked up and dishonest. Anyway, after hearing this news that it was a work-in-progress build running on a PC, the Xbox apologists and the Xbox fanboys were quick to run out there and say, no, you don't understand. It's because it was a work-in-progress build running on a PC that it looked bad. If it was a current build running on the Xbox Series X, it would look a lot better. But do you know that for sure? Do you really know that? Or are you just hoping that that's the case? Are you hoping that it will look better when it's running on Series X? Because unless you actually know for sure, then you guys can just shut the fuck up with that excuse. I don't want to fucking hear that. And you know what? It is not my fault that that is what they decided to put in front of us. Okay? It's not any of our faults that that's what they decided to show us. So all of us out there that are criticizing the game and criticizing this event, don't be mad at us. Okay? We're criticizing what they showed us. It's not our fault that they decided to show us that. They're the fucking ones that put it in front of our eyes. So if you want to be mad at someone, or you want to bitch at someone, fucking be mad and bitch at them, not us. Oh, this next one's one of my favorites. No, you don't understand. Because it was on PC and not the Series X, it didn't have the velocity architecture. See, if it was running on the Series X with the velocity architecture, it would have looked a lot better. Okay. First of all, the velocity architecture would have helped with the pop-in, but it would have made it look better. The velocity architecture wasn't going to fix those fucking faces on those ugly-ass gorilla-looking motherfuckers, okay? The velocity architecture is going to do that. And it's funny how we've been hearing for months that the SSD doesn't make a difference, right? When talking about the PS5, oh, the SSD is not going to make games look better. The SSD is just going to make things load faster. But now the velocity architecture, which revolves around making things load faster, is all of a sudden going to be responsible for making the game look better. You bunch of hypocrite fucks. Seriously. The velocity architecture is not going to make that demo look better. It will help with the pop-in and some other things. But it's not going to make that demo look vastly better than it looks right now. So miss me with this nonsense of the velocity architecture is the reason why that demo looks like shit. Because it's not. The demo looks like shit because it looks like shit. Period. I don't want to hear that it's an older build. I don't want to hear that it's on PC. I don't want to hear any of that bullshit. The demo they showed us is what they showed us. Like I said, we didn't ask to be shown that. That's what they chose to show us. And there's no defending what they showed us. You can sit there and try to make as many excuses for it as you want. The thing is, you have no fucking idea if this game is going to look any better running on the Series X hardware than it does running on that PC. You have no fucking idea if the current build of the game looks any better than that build of the game, or how old that build of the game even is. For all we know, that is the current build and they're just saying it's an old build. We have no fucking idea. So stop making excuses for it. Just fucking own up that it looked like shit, that you helped hype up this event and helped hype up this demo, and it failed. End of story. Now I want to go on to some excuses for the overall event, because the event as a whole is being criticized for being nothing but pre-rendered cinematics and trailers that didn't show any gameplay. And what I'm seeing a lot of people saying is, well, the PlayStation 5 event didn't show any gameplay either. Except that's not fucking true. Allow me to demonstrate. The first game shown is Spider-Man Miles Morales, and while I'm sure that a lot of that is captured from inside the game, it isn't really gameplay, so I'm not going to count it as gameplay. Next game is Gran Turismo 7, and that game 100% shows gameplay, even including cockpit view. So yes, gameplay for Gran Turismo 7. Next up is Ratchet and Clank, which as we know had a gameplay demo, so that definitely counts as gameplay. Add it to the tally. Next up is Project Athia, and even though there's small bits and pieces inside this trailer that do look like they are gameplay, they're so small and happen so quick, I'm not going to count them. Next is that weird-ass robot game Stray. I'm going to say no gameplay here. Next is Returnal, and there is 100% parts of this trailer that are gameplay. I mean, look at this. That's clearly gameplay. So add another point to the board for PlayStation. Next is Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Hard to deny that what we're looking at right now is gameplay, so another one there. Next is Destruction All-Stars, and like with Project Athia, there are moments that look like they could be gameplay, but they're so quick and so small, I'm not going to count this one. Next is the beautiful Canna Bridge of Spirits. Seriously, this game looks like a fucking DreamWorks animation movie. It's so good looking. But yeah, this 100% has gameplay in it, so there's another one. After that is Goodbye Volcano High. Honestly, I don't know why the fuck this was at this event, but here it is, and I don't think I'm looking at any gameplay, so no gameplay here. After that is Oddworld Soulstorm. 100% looking at gameplay here, so that's another one. Then we have Ghostwire Tokyo, which is also showing some gameplay, so gonna count this one as well. Next is Jet the Far Shore. No gameplay. Then we have Godfall. Kind of undeniable that this is gameplay, so chalk it up. Another gameplay. Next up is Solar Ash. This is clearly gameplay, so counting it as gameplay. Next is Hitman 3, and there's little bits and pieces that are kind of gameplay in the trailer, but not really big enough that I think would be fair to add it to the tally for PlayStation as gameplay. So I'm not going to do that. Then we have Astro's Playroom, undeniably gameplay. Then we have Little Devil Inside, which did show some gameplay, so counting that. Then NBA 2K21, and I'm not counting this as gameplay. Then we have my favorite game from the presentation, the Future Game of the Year nominee, Future Game of the Year winner, Bug Snacks. Seriously, fuck this game. I hate this game every time I hear about it, and every time I see it, Fuck this game. But anyway, here it is. It was at the PlayStation 5 events. Don't know why, but it was there and it did not show gameplay. Then we have Demon Souls. By the way, this game looks fucking amazing, but it did not show gameplay. Next is Deathloop, which 100% did show gameplay. And after that was Resident Evil 8 Village, and as cool as the trailer was, it really didn't show any gameplay. Then we have Pragmata, and no gameplay. Then to close out the event, we had Horizon Forbidden West, but it did not show any gameplay. So that puts it at 12. 12 games that showed gameplay at the PS5 event. And I think I was really fair about this, because there were a couple games that I could have fucking included on a technicality, because there were some which technically I think did show gameplay, but they were just so small or so short that I didn't count them. But if I wanted to be an absolute asshole, I could have counted those too, and I think that was 3 additional games, which would have brought it to 15. But I didn't. I didn't include them, so we're at 12. So now for all those people who are saying the PlayStation 5 event didn't show any gameplay, you want to take that shit back yet? Because I'm pretty sure you can't say they didn't show any gameplay when clearly they've at least shown 12 games with gameplay. Oh, this is another favorite of mine. Well, Xbox is actually holding some announcements back because they're waiting for PlayStation's next event so that they can announce some more games. And it's like, fucking stop with this holding shit back bullshit. Both sides are doing this, and I hate it. Even the PlayStation side, they're like, oh, PlayStation is holding some stuff back. They're going to announce some shit in August. And hey, maybe they are. Maybe they will. But we have no fucking idea if that's actually going to happen. It's all rumors and speculation. And you know me. I don't do rumors and speculation. To me, rumors and speculation is equal to bullshit because it can't be confirmed. So I'm sorry to all you guys that are going to try to downplay how the Xbox event wasn't good because, according to you, Xbox is holding some stuff back to announce later. Stop it. Just fucking stop it. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I don't want to hear any bullshit. Xbox had their chance with their third-party event. They failed. They now have had their chance with their first-party event. They failed. How many times are you going to allow Xbox to fail and then sit there and make excuses for them? How many times? Because it's the people like you guys that are the reason Xbox is in the state that it's in. People constantly making excuses for the fuck-ups that they have, making excuses for all the failures they have, making excuses for the shit games they have, making excuses for all the issues they have. Stop making excuses and start demanding better of this company. Start demanding better out of Phil Spencer instead of just telling them that everything's okay. And you know what? Don't get mad at PlayStation guys for talking shit about Xbox. Get mad at the people who work at Xbox who gave the PlayStation guys something to talk shit about. Because if it wasn't for them fucking up, the PlayStation guys wouldn't have things to talk shit about. They wouldn't be able to jab you in the side and rub shit in your faces. So like I said, don't get mad at them. Look, Xbox is doing a lot of good things, okay? Game Pass is an incredible value to the consumer. Even though I think in the long run, Game Pass is going to hurt the industry, it's still an amazing value to the consumer, and that cannot be denied. But outside of Game Pass, when looking at the things they're doing for you, for me, for us as gamers, they're not doing anything. They're not doing shit. And they know they're not doing shit. They are relying solely on Game Pass. Game Pass is all they care about. This first party event was supposed to be a sales pitch for the Series X. But you know what it actually was? A giant commercial for Game Pass. That's all it was, because they don't give a fuck if you buy the Series X. They don't give a shit. They just want you in that Game Pass ecosystem so they get that $15 a month from you. That's all they give a fuck about. They don't care about anything else. They don't. And the sad thing is, we're at this place where Xbox is relying solely on Game Pass because they can't compete with PlayStation on a level playing field. And that's because people like you have apologized for all the shit they've done wrong, and they never corrected it. They never fixed it. So going to the next generation, please, I beg of you, stop it. Stop making excuses. Stop apologizing. Because when they start to not deliver again in this next generation, which I assume they're probably going to do, you need to stand up to them and say, no. This shit is not okay. As opposed to sitting there and saying, no, it's cool. Everything's good. Everything's good, Uncle Phil. Anyway, this video is turning out to be a lot longer than I intended it to be. But long story short, the point of this video is stop making excuses for Xbox's failures. Start demanding better, or you're never going to get better. And that's all I got for you on this one. Well, that's the video, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys on the next Supernova.